There is a version of you that most people will never see. Not because you're hiding it, but because it only grows in places where no one is watching. In the extra hour, in the rejection you didn't tell anyone about, in the silent decision you made to keep going when stopping would have been so much easier. Nobody noticed. And somehow, you're still here. We were taught that strength looks loud, that warriors are the ones screaming at the sky, getting back up in slow motion while the crowd goes silent. And there's truth in that. There's truth in Guts standing alone against an army that should have destroyed him 20 times over. But Thorfinn, the deadliest fighter in every room he entered, Thorfinn was not free. He was not strong. He was a man who confused pain with purpose and revenge with reason. He thought winning more battles meant he was winning at life. He wasn't. And the moment that changed everything, it wasn't a battle. It was silence. A quiet farm in Iceland. Crops. Learning to build something instead of destroy it. That's the strength nobody talks about. Not the swing of the sword, the decision to put it down. And if you're watching this, somewhere inside you, you already know what needs to be put down. Here's what nobody warns you about when you're actually trying to become something. The people closest to you will not always understand what you're building. They'll see you working at strange hours and call it obsession. They'll see you moving differently, thinking differently, and they'll call it strange. Mob didn't walk around announcing his power. He didn't perform it for people who weren't ready to receive it. He just was. And that's one of the hardest things in the world to do, to keep developing something real in a world that keeps asking you to perform something fake. Everyone wants the result. Nobody wants to sit with you through the process. And so you carry it, quietly, not because you're ashamed, but because explaining it would take more energy than just doing it. That weight you're carrying, that's silence. That's not weakness. That's discipline so deep it looks like calm from the outside. Most motivational content just wants to fire you up. Feel unstoppable for 4 minutes, then the next video plays. That's fine, but it's incomplete. Because nobody says what grinding to prove people wrong actually costs you. It keeps you a prisoner. Thorfinn's entire childhood was spent chasing Askeladd. Every breath was revenge. Every morning he opened his eyes, it was in service of a moment he believed would make him feel whole. And when that moment came, he felt nothing. Not relief, not closure, nothing. Because revenge is a story you tell yourself to avoid the real question, who are you? When the thing you're fighting against no longer exists. Maybe it's proving a parent wrong, making someone who left regret it, building despite someone who doubted you. And I'm not saying that fire isn't useful. Sometimes spite starts the engine, but it can't keep you going. Because eventually, you'll win. And if that's all you were running toward, you'll feel empty at the finish line. Build for something that's yours. Not for the audience that doubted you, for the future self you haven't met yet. There's a version of growth that happens in the dark. Not dramatic, not filmed, not shared. Just you and the decision and the next step. Guts didn't become what he became because life was kind to him. He became it because life was brutal, and he refused each time to let that be the last chapter. But here's the difference between Guts and the ones who broke before him. The ones who broke were fighting to escape their pain. Guts was fighting to earn the right to feel something other than it. That distinction is everything. You are not trying to escape what's hard. You're trying to earn the life on the other side of hard. One is desperation, the other is direction. If you're in a period where nothing seems to be moving, where the work is quiet and the recognition is zero, you are not falling behind. You are in the dark where the roots grow. Every tree that ever made you look up spent years underground before anyone could see it. Trust that. Think about who you were 2 years ago. Think about the things that used to break you, that don't break you anymore, the conversations that used to shake you, the difficulty that felt impossible that's now just Tuesday. You did that. Not a speech, not a video. You, grinding through the dark, not knowing if it was working. You did that. And the person you're building right now? 2 years from now, they're going to look back at this exact moment, at the version of you that was exhausted, uncertain, carrying weight nobody else could see. And they're going to be grateful, genuinely. Thorfinn didn't become a man of peace because it was easy. He became it because he was willing to lose every comfortable story he told himself and come out the other side with something real. That's the path. Not loud, not linear, not guaranteed, but yours. The fact that you're still here, the fact that you haven't stopped, that's not small. That's the whole story. Stay with it. The version of you that wins is already being built. You just can't see it yet.